Hey guys, just out here on the front porch doing a little shooting, having some fun. But welcome to Indian Creek Bowhunting Journal. We've got about 5 more days off, I think it is, on a week's vacation. So we're came out to the ranch to hang out together and play some games and have some fun and do a little hunting. So hopefully we're going to get us a big old axis buck down with my bow this time. We'll see what happens. Maybe a few pigs at night. So we'll have some fun. Stay tuned. Thanks for watching Indian Creek Bowhunting Journal.
Father, teach me to trust when your thinking is unknowable, when I lack the capacity to understand. For you have proven your trustworthiness and your love beyond measure. Your Son sent to the cross for my sin, what a treasure. It's about 5:30 right now. The axis deer have been coming in almost every day, either in the evening or the morning. They weren't here this morning, so good chance they'll come tonight. But we'll see. Just don't want to spook them going in, because if you spook them while you're going in, they never come into the feeders. Just got in last night, or should I say really early this morning. And we got several days here, about 5 days to hunt and hang out with my wife for a little while on some vacation time. So stay tuned. Let's see if we can get something down tonight.
So fast forward a couple of days and I was in the north blind because the wind was all bad for that middle blind where I was seeing all the axis deer. And so I decided to go there, no camera, just hunting blind there. So check out what happens.
Just saw that young axis buck come through that I got on film the other day when I shot that young doe. But he came feeding through. I didn't even see him over here. I don't know if he came walking from this way, but he probably came from back over here and made his way back behind the feeder. Never came into the feeder, but I wouldn't have shot him anyways. He's too small. But with my binoculars, I could tell it was that same buck because he's still in velvet. But he's pretty small, so we gotta let him grow up. Hopefully we get us something else coming through here that I can shoot. So
it's always good to see the whitetail around, but it's good to see this young buck as well. I don't know how old he is, but he's probably pretty young. And then I had these doe also come in, and they are definitely pregnant. They should be having babies within the next week or two. And so we'll see little ones running around soon. One quick tip: if you're free feeding on your property, that is if you have property, you can feed these cattle pellets, which is what I'm feeding. They're bigger than the deer pellets, but the deer eat them just fine, as you can tell. And also the elk and other exotics that are around, they eat these pellets just fine. So fast forward another day, and I went back out. I actually set a chair in a place where I was watching the axis deer come through, and I figured I'd take my chance. And as I was probably an hour into my sit, I got out there about 5:30 p.m. I could hear the axis deer barking below me, and then I saw a doe coming up. So I got ready to shoot, but she she stayed about, actually came in the wrong opening, about 55 yards away or so, and then came up the back side, and I never did get a shot. I did shift and move to a new position because I thought she might come through another opening, but she ended up just too far away and behind some other trees. So no dice on that one either. So this last morning sit is my last sit because we're headed home this afternoon. And I was walking out to the blind from the cabin, and I heard an axis buck roaring about 80 to 100 yards in front of me. So I took a different route to get into the stand. I was headed to the middle blind, and I didn't even put the corn out because I could still hear that axis buck roaring, and he was hot and heavy searching for some does. So he had little thought of what was around him. So I just sat in the blind hoping that he would come my way. Well, he made his way around, and I thought he was going to come into an opening to my left. So I moved the camera that direction, and I had no clue how big he was. I just knew he was a good sized one because I had actually got down to try to put some corn out a little bit later when he stopped screaming. And I actually saw him, so I got back in the stand again and was waiting for him to come through this opening. And then I sat down because he didn't come through there, and there he was like 30 yards away. And I couldn't move the camera or anything, so all I have is a point of view camera at this point. It was quite frustrating, and you can tell I missed him from my reaction. But it was quite frustrating. I had to just guess the yardage because I didn't even have time to get my rangefinder up. I guessed him at about 25 to 28 yards. He was more like 33 to 35 yards and missed him. Bummer. He was a good sized buck. He was actually nice and tall.
It's a beautiful morning here at the ranch, and we are in the blind this morning. Already had a whitetail come through, and they fed out through the trees over here. Also hearing an axis buck roar out in front of me, probably 120, 150 yards out. I don't think he's that close, but who knows, he might come in. He's kind of moved from straight out in front of me back over to this way. I don't think they're coming in. I thought at first they were, but anyway, don't know what's coming here. I haven't checked the camera yet. I'll check it a little bit later, but anyways, got a couple days off. We're back at the ranch. Hopefully we're going to get us an axis deer down, or who knows, maybe a pig. I'm expecting that fallow buck to show up on camera sometime soon from last year, but he won't be ready to shoot till probably the end of July, and I'll pick out a full moon night and come here and hunt him all night. So anyway, sit back and relax and enjoy the hunt.
To my pleasant surprise, guess who shows up? I think this is that same buck that I missed 2 weeks ago, and the one I didn't get video of while I was shooting at him. And I was really happy he showed up, but I didn't think he was going to come in. I thought he was just going to meander through. But eventually he makes his way to the feeder, and my heart was pounding out of my chest at this point. And I'm just thinking, come on in, big boy, so I can get a shot. So watch this as it plays out. man. That arrow hardly got any penetration. It looked like a good shot. I'm worried about that arrow though. That thing hardly got any penetration. What in the world? Oh man, that was that buck. That was that same buck I missed right here that I didn't get any video on. But I almost guarantee you that's the same buck. I got camera pics of him. We're going to give him plenty of time. I'm going to put this on the computer and see what it looks like. So I took a look at that video. Shooting that big old axis buck. And I'm really worried about that penetration. I hit him, I think, where you're supposed to hit him. But it looks like I might have hit that shoulder. I didn't catch any video of him running off, but I could see the arrow sticking out of him. He was bleeding pretty good, but I mean, as much arrow that was sticking out of him, I'm wondering if I got 4 inches of penetration, maybe 6. That means probably 1 lung, which means I'm going to be waiting a long time. If it is, it's probably just 1 lung. As much arrow is sticking out of him. So I might even wait. It's morning. I shot him about 9:30. It's about 9:50 right now. And I got 2 hours of sleep last night, so I'm gonna go take a 4 to 6 hour nap. And I don't even know if I'm going to go look for him tonight. I mean, it's going to be warm. It's going to be 90 today, which I hate to do that. But man, I don't want to lose this deer. So stay tuned. All right, we found our first blood. He ran right down this trail. This is where I saw him run. But man, it's very, very faint. This blood is dried up, really, really brownish. You can see it right there. There's some right there too. It really doesn't even look red. It looks more brownish, but it looks pretty good from there. Let me follow this out, but I gotta be real quiet because he could be right over there. See if I can find the arrow. All right, we found the arrow right here. Man, it's hard to tell. You got blood splatter. I'm guesstimating I probably got about this much penetration, but it's really hard to tell with this. That means it's probably gonna be a 1 lung. Got some buzzards overhead. I'm gonna leave this arrow right here so I know where I found it. I see him right there. I think he's dead. Yeah, baby, he's done. He is done. That must have been a double lung. That must have been a double lung. He's been dead for a while. I'm glad I came out now. This meat doesn't go bad. Yeah, baby. Let's get him out and take a look at him. Well guys, I wish I could do this guy more justice than this. I was going to set him out and do some photography, but he's already hot to the touch, and I need to take care of this meat. It's been 4 hours, and I do not want this meat going bad. So I got to get it butchered as fast as I can and in the freezer. So this old boy deserves more justice than this, but I'm probably going to hang this. This is my first mature axis buck killed during daylight. Shot one at night. This is my second mature one that I've harvested, and so we're going to enjoy this. But we're going to take care of this meat as quick as we can, rather than taking another 30 minutes to an hour just doing video stuff. It's 90 degrees already, and I don't want to push it. So, but hey, thanks for watching Indian Creek Bowhunting Journal. I'll put a little tag at the end telling you if it was a double lung or not. There's a good hole in him, and I heard air coming out of him when he went. So what I'm thinking is that arrow punched all the way through both lungs and then popped back out. Might have hit the opposite shoulder or bone or something to pop it back out like that. But it looked like I barely got any penetration, but obviously he ran 100 yards. I was almost getting ready to turn around and go back and wait till evening or tomorrow, thinking it was a one lung. I did up my poundage on my bow. If you've been watching my channel, you know I bought a 70-pound max Evolve 28, PSE Evolve 28. And I upped my the weight of my arrows as well to well over 400 grains now. I used to shoot about 390. I'm shooting about 430, 435, maybe 440. I'm not exactly sure. I can't remember the last measurement I had with them, but so getting some more kinetic energy out of that arrow when it hits this deer. But again, I was really puzzled by not much penetration there. But anyway, thank you for watching. This is the Bowhunting Radneck. We appreciate it very much that you're watching this channel.